Today we're talking about the 14-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro and why I think this is the best investment I've made as a part-time YouTube creator. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Desmond and I make content for creators that want to take better photos and shoot better videos. And today we're going to talk about all the reasons why I picked up the new 14-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro. In this video, I want to specifically talk about why this is a great investment for me as a part-time YouTube creator, a full-time marketer, and a parent. So let's jump right into it. First, I'm just going to talk about the specs of this build that I purchased. This is the 14-inch M1 Max. I've got the 10-core CPU, the 32-core GPU. I went with 32 gigs of dedicated RAM and also 1 terabyte of onboard SSD storage. I also use a 2 terabyte external NVMe SSD drive that I built to supplement that for video editing. On top of all of that, other things that make this MacBook special versus the old generation is the SD card reader, the HDMI ports, the new Thunderbolt 4 ports, and they brought back MagSafe charging. Now the specs are out of the way, let's talk about why I bought this particular laptop. The first reason is all about speed and the time saved. Now for me as a part-time YouTube creator with a full-time career and a family, finding time is hard enough. So having a machine like the M1 Max MacBook Pro is really helpful for me because you've seen the videos, you've probably seen the specs. This thing is so fast. Scrubbing through 4K, 8K footage, moving through timelines, rendering videos, and being able to export massive projects that used to take me over an hour in about 5 to 6 minutes is an incredible time saver. And for me, all those minutes, they add up and they're really precious considering the other priorities I have in life beyond just YouTube. And that's where this laptop really excels. It just instantly increases the speed of my workflow, allowing me to get more things done in less time, giving me time back. And this may be a different mindset than some people, but I would rather spend money to buy back more time because time is one thing that I can't make more of. So the second reason I bought this laptop also ties into the first. Because of how fast and efficient and how well this laptop performs, editing videos and creating is actually fun again. And for those of you that don't know, prior to this, I was editing all of my footage on my 2017 15-inch MacBook Pro. It was great and it was spec'd out at the time, but honestly, once I started introducing my FX3 footage, that 10-bit 422 4K video, into those timelines, that computer really started to struggle. Then you start throwing in some slow-mo, start adding some adjustment layers with LUTs, VFX. That laptop just really struggled through it. And honestly, that type of choppiness, it just does not make the editing process fun. And if you're anything like me, you've got this idea in your head, you film all this great footage, put it into your computer, and then all of a sudden that thing can't keep up with your vision anymore, right? Like moving things around the timeline, adding those creative pieces, it's just not fun. And that's one of the things that I love most about what this laptop has allowed me to do, and that's bring the fun back to the editing process. And a lot of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Filming is just a small part of the final product. It's the editing process that takes the most amount of time. It's the color grading, it's the chopping up of B-roll, right? It is the storytelling aspect, it's the visual effects, it's all those things that you put together, the sound design that make that final product. So having a laptop that actually makes it fun, that can keep up with the vision that's happening in my mind, that allows me to experiment and try new effects without like falling apart is really important, especially for the creative process. And finally, the third reason why this is the best investment I'll have made in 2022 is that this laptop will allow me to create more. Adding together all the benefits of the speed, the efficiency, and then bringing back the fun into creating again will just ultimately make creating videos easier. I can get more out the door, I can bring more ideas to life, I can share more content with you and this channel. And like I said before, right, being a part-time YouTube creator with a full-time career and a family, having the ability to create more without using more of that precious time is going to be so valuable and is totally worth the investment and the money that I spent on this laptop. And for those of you that are wondering why I picked the 14-inch over the 16-inch, honestly, I love this size. This works a lot better for my particular lifestyle. I came from the 15-inch MacBook Pro, which was great. It was very thin, but honestly, it sat at my desk and I never brought it anywhere because of its size. Now for me, when I travel for work, I actually bring two laptops, right? I separate the things that I do both for work and for personal use. So having a small and compact setup is really important for me. And I don't really mind the loss in screen real estate because honestly, I don't do a lot of editing on the road. I'm not editing YouTube videos on the plane. And if I am, it's only for a short period of time. Plus, I've got a number of accessories and things that I bought to really improve the experience for this laptop. One of those is the Loupedeck Live. I'm gonna do a video on all of my M1 Max MacBook accessories and I'll talk about what they are, how they work, but I've found solutions to make this a very efficient mobile editing suite. All right, and those are the reasons why I love my new 14-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro, and I will catch y'all in the next one.